Then that starts at, eastbound at 35th, westbound, those backups starting at 84th. Again, that's through the stadium interchange there on 94. Otherwise, just some disabled vehicles across the system. You're moving along nicely. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. We'll see sunshine today, but it's not going to get a whole lot warmer, only a high of 25. Tonight, chance for a few flurries, a low down to 18. We could see then a couple of chances for snow showers Wednesday, a high of 31. Thursday, sunny and cold as well with a high of just 14 degrees. We're sitting at 18 right now in Sheboygan. It is just 19 degrees in Madison and currently 18 degrees here in Milwaukee. I'm Neil Doyle, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:08.
Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue. It's time for Point Taken. Here are your hosts, Steve Scaffidi and Kristin Brey.
And good morning, everybody. Hello, Wisconsin and beyond. I have a listener in Australia I found out through...
We also have a listener in Alaska.
Isn't that cool?
We have a regular listener in Alaska. I found that out.
I got a nice Christmas card from our listener in Australia, which is very cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah. It's like 1,000 degrees.
It's so hot.
So let's just get the obvious stuff. It is like boiling hot in the studio. I know everyone hates when we complain about that stuff. And if I had just walked in from outside, it probably would feel great. But I've been here since like 6 something. So it's warm in here. But we're not going to let that get in the way.
We might. We may get a little
part.
Delirious by hour two, but we're going to do our
draining.
best.
It's like, whew.
It's like sitting in a sauna.
Yeah, you've already gone full muscle shirt.
Yeah, I had to go to marketing and say, can I borrow a T-shirt? Because I had worn a cozy, like, knitted sweater today that was not going to stand.
As luck would have it, we're
now we're
fully
matching.
branded.
We're fully branded. Are we going to be fully branded tomorrow when we go to Century?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
A reminder, we will be in Delafield tomorrow at Century doing a live broadcast. So come say hi if you're out in Lake Country.
Absolutely. Bring a new or unwrapped new toy, or cash, which is always appreciated because they always have a big cash bin, which I love seeing that fill up. I will be there pretty early. I like to get there early because I want to walk the store. I usually buy some cookies and stuff that we can hand out to people when they stop by.
No cookies for you.
Not really, no. Not supposed to. But it's always fun. It's like my favorite grocery store. It's out there in Delafield, right off I-94, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's all for a good cause. So come on out tomorrow. If you can't, listen live. We'll have a fun show as always. The big news, we sort of knew yesterday.
Embargoed.
Yes, but
until 5 a.m.
I saw it creep out earlier this morning that Mandela Barnes, former lieutenant governor, and of course a failed Senate candidate in 2022 against Senator Ron Johnson. He didn't lose by much, 21,000 sound about right. And now has thrown his name into the ring. I watched his video a couple times. They all do release videos now.
Yeah, launch videos for the campaign.
I assume that was his dad and not an actor playing his dad.
That was his dad.
Okay, because I wasn't sure. He sort of had him there, but he didn't say, "Hey, Dad." At some point, he talked about his dad, but he didn't say, "Hey, Dad, come on in here." It was just more of a general.
I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah,
because he was talking about his dad. He's talking about his dad being in a union, what being in a union means. It's like you look out for each other, and then his dad walks into frame. Yes.
So you're a Democrat. What do you think about this big announcement?
Wow.
Long pause.
I don't. What I think is, so we were in this, and I was thinking about this because I think I might write about it this week. As far as what does a crowded primary say about the state of the Democratic Party in Wisconsin? Because we think about. I wasn't here for the crowded primary of 2018 when Evers won, but I think about how crowded the presidential primary was in 2020 when Biden won.
Yeah,
and I think that was that indicated there was debates happening within the Democratic Party of how left or moderate, how we talk about race. Like there was a lot of different things that were unsettled with different factions of the base advocating for. And I don't know if I see that represented. I mean, I think Francesca Hong has cleared her lane, right? Like I think she has made
What's her lane? So
her lane is I would say is like the working class policies. You can call it socialist, but I think there is, she calls herself a democratic socialist, but I think she is out and she is trying to, whether she would admit this or not, have a Mamdani type moment of traveling across the state, meeting people in bars and restaurants and coffee shops and having conversations, doing an interesting social media stuff that is different than what I've seen from the other candidates so far. But I think she has a really clear message so far, at least to me, in what I've been observing since everyone started to announce. And that's kind of it. But also, it's, we're waiting to see what numbers will be in January for fundraising and everything. But I don't know if it necessarily is having this many people in the primary is because we have so many debates happening with where the party in Wisconsin wants to go versus we just have a lot of ambitious people.
Yeah. I mean, if she's a Democratic socialist, and I think you said she calls herself that.
Yeah.
So it's sort of the Mandani role, right, in Wisconsin, him in New York City. How does she differ from what, in policy, what Mandela Barnes believes?
I think the question is, how does Mandela ever differentiate himself from her? Because he's going to have to make a choice in running. Is he going to try to repeat what he did in 2022 and be more moderate and kind of distance himself from things that he has said in the past?
Is that believable, though?
I don't know. Or does he lean in and fight for that progressive far left lane against Francesca? So I think the ball is more in his court of what kind of messaging he wants to put out and where he's positioning himself against, I would say, a Missy Hughes, and if Joel Brennan gets in, which is the most moderate of everyone who's in so far, and where he's going to fall on that. But like the competition of ideas and the direction of Wisconsin and how you lead as a executive, I think I need more messaging coming from all of the candidates to start understanding what choices are you having Democratic voters make right now.
So right now the list is Mandela Barnes, David Crowley, County Executive, Sarah Rodriguez, current Lieutenant Governor of the State of Wisconsin, Kelda Roy, State Senator from the 26th, Francesca Hong, you just talked about her, 76th District State Representative, Missy Hughes, former CEO of the WEDC, Brett Halsey, former state rep, and somebody named Zachary Roper, who is a college student and a candidate apparently in the 84th Assembly District. And a couple other people.
Wait, he's a candidate for the 84th?
That's what it says
So
here,
he's running for both?
Not sure how that works. But apparently Zachary Roper made the list. So he's not official candidate, but it's sort of. I guess paperwork's been filed, which is, there's another name out there, Tim Jacobson, filed paperwork. Not sure who that is either. Mm-mm. And, of course, Joel Brennan, who you mentioned.
Who was not announced, but.
Right. Sort of. He was on
this station talking about, I don't know if you present the idea that you are pretending or you're planning on thinking about it if you're not planning on doing it.
Yeah. And I pulled some of the numbers on just where Democrats sort of shaked out in the polling, which goes, I had a Badger Battleground poll from September. I had real clear polling from November. To kind of get a sense of where this race is at. I don't think it means anything.
I don't think it means anything.
There's like 40% undecided or 38%. So a lot of uncertainty, but it is a wide group of candidates. There is some diversity built into that group, so maybe that's a good thing for Democrats. I guess we'll discuss that after this on 620 WTMJ. Point taken.
Hi, this is Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management. As we head towards the new year, I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our listeners and to our clients. Thank you for your trust, your partnership, and the conversations we get to have every day. From all of us at Annex, we wish you and your family a safe, joyful, and meaningful holiday season.
Investment and retirement planning, along with tax and estate strategies. Get financially organized for the new year. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi from Milwaukee Weight Loss. I can't believe it myself, but I did it. 45 pounds from January to now December. That's a lot of weights, but, I did it the Milwaukee Weight Loss way. Not with the drugs, not with the shots, not with the other things you can do. So the trendy stuff, the meals, bars, shakes. I just did it with hard work, sort of a reset of my metabolism, smart program, great coaching. And the coaching part, don't sleep on that, because one of the great things that I took away from Milwaukee Weight Loss, and I still utilize, is the fact that they sort of keep you in that straight path towards losing weight. So whether it's, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, my friend Brian lost 100 pounds, you can lose the weight, but you can also maintain that weight loss. So if you have a wedding or a trip or a class reunion and you want to look good and look better than everybody else that's there, it's doctor developed and natural, and it's sort of a challenge that you can do. I did it, you can do it. smarter, faster, safer way to lose the weight, reach your goals, and that's what Milwaukee Weight Loss. So a couple ways to go. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com, easy, or call 262-393-2334. That's 262-393-2334, MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
When we're out in your town, come say hi as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be.
You can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
All right, if you think you're smart, join John McCure and Julia Fellow for WTMJ's Trivia Showdown Wednesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. at Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa. Maybe you can stop by and see the turkeys. Presented by Quizmaster Trivia, benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Bring an unused toy or text TOY to 855-616-1620 to donate. Bring your crew and play for a great cause.
Those are fun, and it's a great cause, as you said, and just buy a couple of extra toys at the store. I mean, and don't wrap them because they want them unwrapped. But if you can't do that, just show up and donate some cash. We'll be there at the Delafield remotes tomorrow. And then, of course, tomorrow night is their big event. So we had so much fun doing it. Put your A game on. Bring your A game because those questions are hard. I thought there's a couple of throwaway easy ones, but there's some.
The picture round is very hard, I think.
Goodness. But you'll have fun doing it. And usually the food's great, and Leff's Lucky Town is a great establishment, great ownership. So have fun with that. A little course correction. Apparently the college student who's running for governor, whose name I mentioned, was a candidate last cycle in the 84th. That was the nuance that I missed.
That makes more sense.
So I'm just going to worry about the most recent polling. This is from Real Clear Polling. Again, take it for what it's worth. There was 38% undecided. Mandela Barnes was leading at the time with 21%, which is not a huge number. I think, given there's a lot of candidates, yes, I get that. But it's not 50%, it's not 40%, it's not 30%. So I think most of these candidates have a shot at this if they have the right messaging and people like the candidate, like their messaging, and are willing to vote for them.
Raise some money.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of primaries. I don't like the clear the field stuff. I wish the Republicans had more candidates because we have two candidates, Tom Tiffany and my friend Josh Schoeman, who aren't that different, to be honest.
Are you nervous about that?
Nervous in what way?
So let's say Josh Schoeman doesn't make it all the way to the primary.
Yeah.
And so it's a layup for Tom Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, in the same way we talk about in their best form, crowded primaries can test candidates? It really puts them through the ringer as far as what is their policy, how do they differentiate themselves, can they raise enough money, and what that does to really, like I said, test a candidate. And also get a pulse check on where, in this case, Democratic voters are. Do you worry at all in a single candidate, no primary race, where the candidate as a Republican comes through untested, and it's really just a reflection of how Trump is doing, because he's been pretty aligned with Trump this whole time, and what that does for independent voters, moderate voters, turnout? Do you think that impacts this?
Yeah, I think to use.
Do you think it would be better if there was more people to
Yes, I always choose
refine
more. Yes.
what the message is?
Debates are challenging. Answering your other nominees' questions and attacks in some cases. Not that I don't know if Democrats are going to attack each other. I don't know how this race is going to shake out. We have a lot of time left. But I think that the Trump thing is the big factor for Republicans. Because what do we know? There's a lot of people. We're watching a race today in Tennessee that we'll talk about tomorrow probably. This is sort of a indicator of where the popularity of the president and all of his followers, MAGA, is right now. And if Tennessee doesn't go the president's way, or it's extremely close, this is a district that Trump has swept.
He got 22 points.
Yeah.
He was plus 22 points in 2024.
Yeah. All 3 years he ran, he won this.
Polling for that race right now is
close.
Much closer than 22 points.
So then I would ask my Republican nominees. Right now we have Tom Tiffany and Josh Schoeman. How do you differentiate from who could be a very unpopular president or unpopular concept like MAGA? Are you going to just go with the flow and see how that plays out? Because a lot of people think midterms are already lost for MAGA and for Republicans.
The only thing that actually could be interesting is, so we've seen past primaries, whether it was for Senate or the governor's race, in Wisconsin where candidates had to appeal to Trump in order to win the primary, and then they had the Trump label on them in the general. And both times, not necessarily for Ron Johnson he was already an incumbent. He predated Trump. But if we're talking about the 2022 governor's race and the 2024 Senate race, and then having to kind of come back to the middle or be more appealing for the general, is there potential that Tom Tiffany doesn't have to run to the right? And we already saw that he changed a lot of his website already, right? And tried to moderate a lot of his stances. Does that bode well for him for not having to be
bow down?
bow down, be so far right that creates more oppo for Dems to use against him in the general?
Yeah, I think if he doesn't have to bow down or bend the knee, I think that would be beneficial because he's trying to win Wisconsin, not a national race, right? Yeah. So if you don't do that, we know how these races have gone for Republicans in the state of Wisconsin. They've lost most of the races. They squeaked out the Ron Johnson one against Mandela Barnes that we just talked about. So they have to appeal to independents and Republicans who don't like MAGA.
Well, in southeastern Wisconsin, conservatives.
Yes.
Right? Because that's been the story of the last couple of elections is that the suburbs of Milwaukee have not necessarily been enthusiastic about the Republican candidates as much as they were in the 2010s.
Yeah, they have a lot of work to do if they want to try to win a state race. And, Tony Evers is a frequent target, but he's dominated Republicans in the races he won. Now, the next candidate, whoever that's going to be, we don't know if that's going to carry over or not. We'll find out. All right, real quick before we go to break, I want to ask you this. Any chance of this sort of clear the field stuff that happened in 2022 where you don't think so?
Unless the polling just becomes so outrageous, if the fundraising becomes so outrageous and it's just very clear who the people want, yes. But it was also kind of, as we say, it was like, he cleared the field. They dropped out like 2 weeks before the election. It wasn't he got in and everyone dropped out.
Yeah.
It was like, what's the timeline for the definition of clearing the field? I don't know.
I would say once the,
because they still had a debate.
Yeah, early next year, yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen because I think there's enough difference between these candidates.
I also just think the atmosphere is different. Obviously, that was everyone going into 2022. We thought there was going to be a red wave. Republicans still did well, but they did not do as well as expected. I think right now we will see there's expected to be a blue wave. We will see how much of a blue wave that will end up being. But it's a different atmosphere than it was 4 years ago.
Yeah, we did an interview before the show with Adam Roberts, and I think next year is going to be just nutty with these elections in Wisconsin and beyond because we obviously have midterms.
I mean, is it ever not?
Not in Wisconsin, no. We like the nuts. We like the crazy. Maybe it's all the booze.
The media companies definitely like the money.
Yes, they do. I think we would be part of that equation, yes.
Yeah.
She's Kristin, I'm Steve. Point taken on a Tuesday. Lots more to come. Quick break.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
The season of giving continues. Join me, yours truly, Steve Scaffidi, and our WTMJ Street team, and Kristin, of course, on Wednesday, December 3rd. That's tomorrow, if you're not a calendar person. 10 a.m. to noon, but I'll be there earlier, probably Kristin too. Century Foods in Delafield. It's a great store. It sort of defines the grocery shopping and sort of that experience with the holidays. They're so good at it. I love going there. And we need your help to participate in Capco's Kids and Kids Toy Drive. Bring a new unwrapped gift to donates. Monetary donations are fine. They always have a big cash box, which is fun to watch that fill up. I say, show up. We'll visit a little bit. You can watch the show as it unfolds. So stop by, say hello tomorrow with the WTMJ Street team at the Century Foods in Delafield tomorrow from 10 to noon. It's always fun, and always look forward to that. As we sort of wrap this conversation about this race, we have reached out to Mandela Barnes, his campaign. We're trying to get something to happen today. If it doesn't, we'll try to get him on the show tomorrow.
Well, we'll be at Century tomorrow.
Yeah, but he can still call in.
He can call.
Or he can drive out to Delafield. How cool would that be?
Or maybe we'll get him Thursday morning.
Or Thursday morning.
We'll figure it out. We haven't always gotten them right the day that they announce.
Yeah, but we did try. You tried and I tried.
I texted last night saying, does he want to come on?
So you texted and I emailed. Interesting. Generational difference?
Probably.
Isn't that wild? All right. One of the things that I want to tease it because we're going to spend some time on this tomorrow, that race in Tennessee. So it's going to be everything on all the big shows tonight, the CNNs, the MSNBC, the Fox, what happens in this race. Because do you as a Democrat believe this is like, I'm excited about 2026 because of what happens in Tennessee? Or is this just like an outlying, maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't?
I think hold up. So I think the fact that it's this close, or they're saying it's close in polling, is interesting. If it ends up being really close, that actually tells you something as far as, well, you still have to look at the data. Like, what is the turnout rate and how is that different? I have to be honest, I have not followed this race as far as what is she being the Democratic candidate, what is she running on as far as her policies? Is it still this affordability conversation? And so what is she tapping into that is unique and interesting versus it being an exhausted electorate that wants change and is sending a message to Trump? Every
state's different, but what message do you think plays better? Affordability or anything just blowing up Trump? Affordability? Ignore the president. He's just doing his thing.
It's been 10 years of Democrats trying to just be anti-Trump, and how has that worked for them?
Well, Biden won in 2020.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they've had some successes.
But
right
I would
now,
say it's not.
Republicans in the White House and both.
Yeah, so I would say that
actually
having a platform that gives people to vote for something, and I've said this before, voting for something instead of against something is always more powerful, especially for people who are, I don't like this term of low information voters, but for the people who are not living and breathing by the news and are understanding all of the constitutionality of what Trump is doing or what Hegseth is doing and all of these different things, but are people who are just living their life, like the anti-Trump rhetoric doesn't work.
Yeah,
I don't think it works. And so actually tapping into what they care about and what affects their lives and giving them something of like, that is a good idea. That would make a difference. That is where anyone who wants to win should be focusing.
Affordability.
Or just better policies, right? Like, how is this going to move the needle for me to pay for childcare, get a house for the first time ever, pay my grocery bills, get a raise, pay off my student debt? Like all of these different things that actually impact versus the existential threat that we know has not worked for the last 4 years.
She is Kristin Brey. I'm Steve Scaffidi. After the break, we have an interview coming up.
We do,
yeah.
Which I think will be interesting.
Yeah. ABC News is next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. White House Special Envoy Steve Witkoff leading a U.S. delegation in Moscow today discussing with Russian President Vladimir Putin an end to the war in Ukraine.
Remember, it was initially criticized for being full of Russian talking points, and Witkoff himself also criticized for appearing to be coaching a senior Russian aide to Putin on how best to deal with Trump. But today, I think we should know if Putin's ready to make any concessions on his maximalist demands and end the war in Ukraine.
And we're getting an idea of that with Putin just now accusing Europeans of sabotaging peace efforts with unacceptable amendments and proposals. Talking to journalists in Moscow, he also made strong threats to Europe, saying Russia does not want a war, but if they do, Russia would be willing to fight. Billionaires Michael and Susan Dell pledging a historic $6 billion to provide an incentive to families to adopt new investment accounts for kids. The so-called Trump accounts were created as a part of the president's tax plan. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 1031. I'm Neil Doyle. One person is in critical condition after a hit-and-run crash in downtown Milwaukee. It happened Monday night near North Van Buren and Juneau. Police say a silver SUV hit a person who was getting out of their vehicle. That vehicle that hit the person then fled the scene. The 26-year-old victim was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Authorities still searching for the car that fled and the suspect. You can see a photo of that SUV up on our website, WTMJ.com. Decision, Wisconsin, a well-known Democrat now entering the governor's race. Former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes announcing his campaign today, 3 years after his failed bid for the U.S. Senate. Barnes joining an already crowded Democratic field that includes over a half dozen candidates. That includes current Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. There are still just 2 Republicans in the race, Congressman Tom Tiffany and Washington County Executive Josh Schoeman. The Wisconsin Elections Commission giving the city of Madison a little more time to print their poll books. Clerk Lydia McComas says the extension will give her office a little more time to ensure the poll books' accuracy and integrity. This is part of the changes required by the Madison Clerk's Office after the WEC found nearly 200 uncounted absentee ballots during last year's election. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Still green for the most part as we look. The Dow is up now 64 points at 47,353. NASDAQ is up about 17 at 23,290. S&P 500 is now down about 5 points at 6,807. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Let's take a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Got a flurry of disabled vehicles kind of scattered across the system, but none of them really causing you any issues. So other than those disabled vehicles, you're moving along here nicely on your Tuesday. And your WTMJ 5-day forecast. We will see sunshine today. It's not going to get a whole lot warmer, only a high around 25 degrees. Tonight, we'll see a chance for a couple of flurries, a low down to 18. Wednesday, we'll see some snow shower chances. Cloudy skies, a high around 31. And then we start to cool down. Thursday will be sunny, but bitterly cold, only a high around 14 degrees. Partly sunny then on Friday. We could see a few flurries late, a high of 24. And then Saturday, still another chance for maybe some snow showers with highs in the upper 20s. Right now, it is 19 degrees in Madison. We're sitting at 21 degrees in Kenosha, and it is 19 here in Milwaukee. I'm Neil Doyle, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 1034.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
All types of injury lawyers advertise. Cartoon lawyers, bobblehead lawyers, and folks chasing ambulances with text messages. Our clients don't want or need such lawyers. Our clients know, like, and trust that Pasternak and Zergabel will help in their time of need. I'm Frank Pasternak of Pasternak and Zergabel. Jeff Zergabel and I are excellent personal injury lawyers in our community. If you need help after an injury, go to Pasternak and Zergabel at injurywisconsin.com. That's injurywisconsin.com.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at brewers.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanners Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanners has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanners, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanners in West Dallas, Grafton, or at flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra.
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Welcome back to Point Taken. I'm Kristin. He's Steve. And earlier this fall, we spent a fair amount of time talking about the Capital Times investigation that opened up the poor tracking in Wisconsin when it comes to investigations by DPI into kind of the gray area of teacher misconduct. And since then, there has been new legislation being presented and discussed, including trying to define child grooming and making it a felony punishable by 10 to 25 years in prison. But there is another piece of legislation that I actually had heard less about, but is already law in 38 other states. We're one of 12 that does not have this. And it's called Aaron's Law, and it's a bill requiring age-appropriate sexual abuse prevention education in public schools. Now, it's passed, if I'm correct, it's passed in the Assembly. It is being... It's going to go to the Senate now, and it's probably going to be voted on next year. But right now, we're on the phone with Aaron Marin, who is the Aaron's Law Foundation founder and is who the law is named after. So welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thanks for having me.
So I guess tell us a little bit more about the law and I guess your involvement with this law and getting it passed across 38 states.
Yeah, so since 2010, so for the last 15 years, I've been traveling from one state capital after another, beginning with my own here in Illinois. And it basically requires personal body safety, safe and unsafe touch, safe and unsafe secrets, empowering kids. If you're being sexually abused, you report it.
So that's not something that's required already. I feel like I guess I feel like I have memories of learning that in school, but is that just because my school chose to teach it?
Every now and then I'll hear of a school that did teach it, but majority of schools just talk about stranger danger. They don't, when 90% of the time it is someone a child knows is sexually abusing them. So I've been traveling from one state capital after another as far away as Alaska and Hawaii and testifying before legislators saying this is a no-brainer. If we teach DARE, the 8 ways to say no to drugs, why are we not teaching kids personal body safety? And for 10 years, Wisconsin has killed this law.
Why? I guess the question is, what have been the obstacles or what have been the objections to passing this?
I have been told that the education chair in the Senate has been against it, and he won't call it through his committee, so it dies every year. We finally got it through committee. We went around him because we put it into the Mental Health Committee. Then it just passed the Assembly. Now it is going back to the Senate. His reason for being against it, I am told he is against making schools, telling schools what to do, putting mandates on schools. I've heard other things that this is an unfunded mandate. 2 years ago, I created the Aaron's Law Foundation with the free curriculum. It's all out there. It's literally K-12 for schools with videos, easy ways to teach this to kids that even parents can download in a matter of minutes. So this is not a unfunded mandate, and it is not, it's asking for 1 hour of a school year.
It's only 1 hour? Is it effective if it's only 1 hour in a school year?
Yes. Well, I encourage schools to teach it in the fall and the spring, but here's the deal. It's hard enough for them to require to pass it. So if I can at least get an hour in the school year, then at least I got something, some message to these kids.
Aaron, Kristin and I have talked about this issue before, and one of the things that we were concerned about is you sort of take away some teachers' ability to just go above and beyond, whether that's on the education side or just help a student who's struggling at home and maybe you're trying to do the right thing. Is there sort of this line where a teacher would actually, does it help to find that line where this is acceptable, this is not acceptable? Because that's probably the biggest concern I hear about is I don't know where the line is. And I'm married to a teacher. I know a lot of teachers. I know a lot of school board members. That seems to be one of the things that people talk about.
Well, we encourage the school social workers, counselors, as they're some referred to go in and teach it. If you look at it, a lot of the states have outside prevention educators coming in and teaching it. So it's not even put on the teachers. And the great thing about my curriculum, it literally tells the teachers what exactly to say to the kids, word for word. So it's not like they're trying to come up with their own words of how to get this across. In New York, I'll tell you this story. New York killed my bill for 8 years. And I kept coming back. The chair of education was against it. She killed the bill every year. She finally stepped down. I told these legislators, one day I will bring you the proof of why you couldn't get rid of me. The very first year in 2021, when Aaron's Law was taught in a New York school, 9 kids came forward in that one elementary school. When these kids disclosed, multiple more kids came forward. And when this went to trial, there were almost 24 boys that took the stand and say they were all being sexually abused by the same man, the principal. Not a stranger danger. This person that is supposed to trust, we're supposed to trust with our kids, and this monster was locking children in his office because they got lunch for being good kids with the principal. Instead, he closed their door, molested, threatened them, and oh, by the way, opened a file cabinet and gave them a toy on the way sending them back to class. I've had parents reach out to me, have had their students go off to high school and drop out because of what happened, what this monster did. Convicted, 63 years in prison, and this is the message I send to Wisconsin legislators and the other 11 states saying, you are going to become the next New York, and one day I will bring you the proof of why you couldn't get rid of me. This is 1 hour of a school year. This is not sex education. This is personal body safety, and it's not an unfunded mandate. I always end my speech to lawmakers. The only ones that should be against me and killing my bill are the ones that want to molest children. Yes, I say that.
Aaron, it passed the Wisconsin Assembly, so that indicates that, because it's still led by Republicans, conservatives. I know the leader of the Assembly very well. I do know the chair of the Wisconsin State Senate Committee is a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, grew up with him, John Jagler. I don't see a lot of reporting in a quick search on why he's opposed to Aaron's Law, but I will reach out to John because I want to definitely hear
Please do. I have made so many attempts to sit down and speak to that man for 10 years, and he refuses. I don't get it. I truly do not get it. I showed up at his office because I went and met with Governor Evers, and he literally said on camera, because there's a documentary being made, filmmakers are following me all over the country, and he said on camera, let's get this done. This is a no-brainer. What are we waiting for? I then went to Jagler's office and talked to his staff, but I cannot get that man to talk to me.
Well, I will reach out to the senator because I think it's important that we find out what he feels, because there's not a lot of reporting on which, one way or the other, what he thinks about Aaron's Law. Aaron.
Marin. Yeah,
Marin, thanks for joining. I know you're passionate about this, as a lot of people are, as we sort of sort out sort of the aftermath of sort of the Department of Public Instruction's, I think, some pretty significant failures on what's happening in our schools. So thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me and bringing awareness.
Absolutely. Thanks, Aaron Marin, founder of Aaron's Law Foundation. We'll be back with more after this.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Appliance Gallery. The holidays are coming. It's the right time for kitchen upgrades. Head to Appliance Gallery's incredible showroom right on Wisconsin Avenue. Explore luxury brands like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Cove, GE Cafe, and more. This family-owned business offers in-house installers who will work with you, your designer, or contractor to make sure everything is perfectly placed for the holidays. Head to appliancegallerywy.com or stop in today.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Milwaukee Weight Loss is having a huge Black Friday sale with $300 off now through December 5th. Get the lowest prices of the year on the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with a risk of serious side effects. You can start losing those unwanted pounds either before, during, or after the holidays. No more losing weight and gaining it back. You can keep the weight off for good with this program. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi here. Take advantage, like I did, of the lowest price of the year with $300 off Milwaukee Weight Loss. I lost 45 pounds this year, and here's the cool thing. I kept the weight off. Many patients just like you and me lost 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180 or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
4 years ago, I opened a doggy dream space unlike anything in Wisconsin. A place that offers it all: daycare, boarding, grooming, and a one-of-a-kind indoor-outdoor dog park and tavern. A hangout as fun for humans as it is for hounds. I'm Leah, proud owner of the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. Our love, passion, and commitment to dogs and the community are at the core of everything we do. From our incredible staff to top-tier services, we've built something truly special at the Hounds and Tap. Come see for yourself. Visit the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls today.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Oh, there's our Christmas. We got away from it a little bit. We got a fill-in producer. Jazz is out this morning, but...
Good old Nate's filling in, doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get the memo that we're doing all Christmas bump music, unless there's a special wink and a nod to a joke that we're going to say.
Right.
Which, is most shows.
Now, what will be interesting is to see, because there's a vast library of Christmas music, what Nate picks out. Because I don't put any pressure to go one way or the other. Whatever. I like the old stuff, but, I don't want to hear Mariah Carey necessarily. Are you a big fan of her?
That song is hard not to sing along with. I'm not going to say it's my favorite Christmas carol of all time.
It's overdone.
It is overdone, but once it's on, it's hard not to try to hit those high notes.
Yeah. There's so many good Christmas songs. Are you a bigger Christmas or a bigger Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
Really? I'm Thanksgiving.
Christmas, you get to celebrate the whole month.
Yeah.
There's way more decorations. There's way more, besides Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, what's another Thanksgiving movie that's like a tradition that you have to watch versus the plethora of variety of movies you can watch all month long?
I ain't watching a movie on Thanksgiving. I'm watching football. There's 3 games. Come on.
Oh. We're a family that has to watch. Well, not a family. My husband has to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
It's a great. I watched the last half hour of it because I had a question.
Do you like to cry?
I'm a sensitive person.
It's a sad ending.
Yeah. Well, and then it gets happy at the end.
I know.
I don't want to give it away to people.
That John Candy face.
Yeah.
When the big reveal, I guess no spoilers, even though the movie's like 30 or 40 years old.
Right.
But yeah. So, anyways, yes, bigger Christmas family. Trying to create. This is my hack for this year, thanks to Instagram. So instead of doing an advent calendar for Frankie that is just like crappy plastic toys, that last year we did a Duckies, which I guess I could give them all to you because you drive a Jeep down.
Yeah, I'm kind of duck heavy right now.
The bad, like the kind of like meh chocolate.
Yeah.
I found this idea of wrapping 24 Christmas books. And then she opens one Christmas book every night, and we can read that book. But then it looks like, she has something to open every day. It's a book. And because she's only 2, I can reuse all of them next year.
You don't think she's going to remember? I think she'll remember.
Next year she won't remember.
You don't think so?
By the time she's like 5, she might. But maybe that becomes part of the tradition of like which order and her favorite books and what number is it going to be this year. We'll see how it
I'm
plays.
used to my
But this year, I'm trying to do that instead. And so far, yesterday she opened The Elf.
Oh. I'm used to my granddaughter, Charlie, who even at 3, like, attention to detail. She goes, did you wear those slippers last Christmas? Like, how did you notice what slippers I had on? The kid is tuned into detail.
Locked in.
Or something in the background. She's just ultra focused. After the break, we're going to talk about real quick about how we talked about people spending money on Black Friday.
Well, and I had asked Dave yesterday, I was like, how much do you think this was put on credit cards? And we have a little bit more data on that we will dive into after this.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday Extended event. Now through Wednesday, shop extended Black Friday savings store-wide, up to 50% off or more while supplies last. Like 40-piece Rubbermaid food storage sets over half off, just $9.99. Shop extended Black Friday savings on Dickies Automotive Interior Accessories, all 25% off. Rewards members save 30%. And 159-piece Craftsman Mechanics tool set over half off. Don't miss extended Black Friday deals only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi for QC Kinetics. Don't let pain steal away your holiday moments, the ones that matter most, right? Especially during the holidays, because you're with family, you want to feel good. I did something that QC Kinetics allowed me to do, and that is to heal myself with my elbow pain. Tennis elbow, a common problem. But I couldn't even open a door without having that pain, sharp pain. 5 treatments this summer. Now I can do all of that. No pain. You can see if you're watching on the stream, elbow's good to go. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team saved me, got rid of the pain. Right here in Milwaukee, doesn't have to come from surgery, the relief, or pain pills, which is another big problem. You use your body's own natural healing ability, my own body, to heal and restore, help you move, live, feel like yourself again. How good does that sound? It's your own body's comeback story. QC Kinetics can deliver long-term relief, finally, because I had my treatments this summer, still good to go. Make the new year your turning point, where the pain stops defining you. Take the first step, literally, to walk, hike, dance. Whatever the holidays mean to you, live without pain, without hesitation. QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation. Now is a great time to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Keep the comfort in and the weather out with beautiful new windows and doors from Siding Unlimited. For ideas, go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
All right. How's your credit card bill?
0.
You keep it at 0?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, which is what you should do.
You should treat it like a
Not
debit
always
card, right?
possible. If you have a big bill, you can,
But-
but yeah.
Because I asked this yesterday. So we talked about with Dave another record Black Friday. I did not see the numbers for yesterday. I have to imagine they
didn't
were
either.
still really big.
Yeah.
But the question being, how much of that spending were people putting on credit cards or these new, I don't even know if you call it the services, apps, these buy now, pay later services.
Which
so
aren't
it's like
free.
Klarna, Afterpay, PayPal, Pay Now Later, I think is what the name. Affirm, Afterpay, PayPal, Pay Later, Klarna are all these, they pop up at your checkout, right? And it's like, oh, pay in 4 installments. And if you pay it all off within 6 months, I think there's no interest. But you can also pay it off over a year, and then there is interest. And you can do it now on DoorDash. Like these are become very popular and ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Yeah.
I think so.
So last week, $747.5 million in spending were put on one of these services. So this doesn't include if you just put it on a credit card. This is just on those services, and it was a 9% increase over last year.
That's a warning sign.
It's not great.
It shows me that, I've talked about this, and we're going to blend this into a lot of conversations in the upcoming year. Consumer preferences are they want to still buy stuff. They're still buying new cars. They're still buying stuff in stores. All that. They're going on trips. They're flying places. And they're
we love stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but we're also marketed to in literally,
oh, yes.
we can never escape. Just everything is an ad. I was just having a conversation with girlfriends as far as how much social media feels like it sucks now because everything is an ad. It's not even like the ads are ads, but then the people that you follow are trying to sell you stuff. And it's just like, I just need a break and not be told what I need to tighten or lift or these pants that are going to make me look better. Or I need this thing for my kid. It's just like, take a breath, take a break, go thrift something.
They're good at marketing to us because I told my kids what I wanted for Christmas, so they asked me, and then I'm getting all these things about this. All right, Nate is telling us to get
play it off.
All right,
we'll be back for the second hour after this.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Looking for a place where independence meets convenience? Discover independent living at St. Camillus in Wauwatosa. Enjoy beautiful apartment homes, a pool, hot tub, fitness center, chef-prepared meals, and a calendar full of social activities every day. From now until the end of the year, St. Camillus is taking $40,000 off select apartment styles. Schedule a tour today at stcam.com. St. Camillus, where everything you need is right down the hall.
Blue sweater, red sweater, reindeer sweater, extra double thick sweater.
What are you doing?
Getting my closet ready for winter. It'll be here before you know it.
Good point. We should all be getting our vehicles ready for winter too. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked, and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Just visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
Looking to earn your Wisconsin concealed carry license? Mission 94 Firearms Education Center has you covered. Choose from classroom-only sessions, live fire options, or women-only classes taught by female instructors, designed to build confidence and safety. Learn the right way with a team that puts education first. Find your perfect class today at mission94firearms.com. Click on the training tab or just Google Mission 94.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically Screamin'.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 11 o'clock, it's 20 degrees. We'll see sunshine today, but not a whole lot warmer, only a high of 25. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Neil Doyle. Decision Wisconsin, a former lieutenant governor who narrowly lost a 2022 U.S. Senate race, running for governor now in the battleground state. Mandela Barnes announcing today that he is joining the crowded Democratic field for the open race next year.
I know how to bring people together, and I know how to get things done.
So far, that Democratic field includes the current lieutenant governor, 2 state lawmakers, the highest elected official in Milwaukee County, and a former state economic development director. There are still just 2 candidates on the Republican side. Today in Waukesha County, some extra police presence near a school after a woman let her dog loose and threatened students.
Waukesha deputies responded to Richmond School just before 1 p.m. Monday, where they say a 70-year-old woman allowed her dog to run onto school property. When some students tried to catch the dog, the woman made physical contact with two of them and made threats towards school staff. The woman then left the school property and was later arrested on charges of terroristic threats, intimidation of a witness, and disorderly conduct. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The head of Dell Technologies and his wife are moving to help 25 million children in the nation by expanding the number of kids being helped by what are known as Trump accounts.
Michael and Susan Dell say they will deposit $250 in individual investment accounts for millions of children, giving a leg up to those living in places where the median household income is under $150,000. Susan Dell says,
we try to build pathways for change.
The Dells say what they are doing is not intended to be a partisan activity. The Treasury Department will help find accounts that meet the Dells' criteria. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Some new research out this week that may confirm what parents already knew. Giving your preteen son or daughter a smartphone can change that child's life for better or worse.
The authors of a study published in Pediatrics acknowledge that a phone can be a lifeline connecting you with your child. At the same time, kids under 12 who had a phone were more likely to be obese, depressed, or sleep deprived. ABC News medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel says,
we need to be thinking about their health, potential addictive behavior, and how owning a smartphone might affect their long-term health.
Regardless of pressure from the child, society, or the companies that make and sell smartphones. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
And back here in the Badger State, some cold temperatures going to set in after we saw some heavy snow over the holiday weekend. We could see still some more snowfall as we move through the week, but bitterly cold conditions. WTMJ meteorologist Craig Copleen.
Thursday, we may struggle to get to 10 degrees. Wednesday night, most places, at least outside the city, are going to drop below zero. Same thing Thursday night, most places, at least outside the city, will be below zero. And in between that day on Thursday, we're going to struggle just to get to 10 or 11.
We'll have your full 5-day forecast coming up in about 2 minutes. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 174 points at 47,463. NASDAQ up about 125 at 23,400. And the S&P 500 is up about 11 points at 6,824. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:04.
Hey, fellas, are you feeling off of your game? If you feel like something is holding you back, connect with the medical professionals at Game Day Men's Health. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Game Day Men's Health helps guys regain their youthful edge with hormone replacement, vitamin therapy, personalized weight loss plans, plus EPAT therapy, which I've used for injuries such as plantar fasciitis or tennis elbow. And it's all under the care of experienced medical professionals. A free consultation at their clinic in Brookfield, Shorewood, Germantown, or Delafield. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Bill.
We didn't want to be sitting in our house alone. And I was glad because I didn't have to do all the chores around the house that I was sick of doing. I decided to get involved in a lot of the different activities like the theater group. I run TED Talks once a month. I'm chairman of the library committee. The other things I like about Three Pillars is the outdoor things. And there's a beautiful fishing pond. It's just a great, great place to live.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Are you hosting this holiday season or family staying at the house? Let's get things tightened up or even improved with a timely project from my team at Horner Plumbing. Vince Vitrano here. These are the folks in my contacts list under plumber. Let's get Horner out to the house. Get you a free quote on that project that you've been thinking about, talking about, pushing off, upfront pricing, and an honest assessment from Horner. So you know the project will fit your budget and your timeline. Just heard from Erin over there at Horner, and she tells me they do have room on the schedule for most projects in time for your holiday guests. So whether that's getting the leaky shower or sink fixed for folks who are going to be staying at the home, or a major project so you can accommodate them, my team at Horner is ready to go. With the holidays fast approaching, now's the perfect time to schedule your free quote. Let Horner Plumbing help you get those home projects wrapped up before the season begins. $50 off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. Horner Plumbing, Find them online at HornerPlumbing.com.
Are the changing seasons making you crave a getaway? Let Fox World Travel help you plan the perfect all-inclusive resort or cruise vacation to escape the cold. We've got special deals with Apple Vacations, Delta Vacations, Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, and more. Whether you book online or with a travel advisor, Fox World Travel has your back. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO today.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All sports desk. Week 13 of the NFL finished up last night. It was the Patriots over the Giants, but now a big one in Week 14 up in Green Bay. Packers and Bears, first time playing this season. It's one of two games coming up over the next 3 weeks between two teams vying for the top spot in the NFC North. A 3:25 kick Sunday at Lambeau Field. Over in the NBA, the Bucks will be at home tomorrow night against Detroit, but they're trying to avoid losing their 8th game over their last 10. Bucks coming off a loss last night to the Wizards, 129-126. Let's take a look at the roads, your WTMJ time saver traffic. Just a couple of slowdowns still, 94 east and westbound through our construction zone. Those slowdowns eastbound starting at 76th Street, and then also on the brakes westbound starting at Layton. That is through the stadium interchange. Otherwise, moving along nicely across the system. And your WTMJ forecast, we will see sunshine today, not a whole lot warmer, only a high around 25 degrees. Tonight, we could see a couple of flurries, a low down to 18, and then tomorrow, chances for a couple of snow showers, cloudy conditions, and a high of 31. Right now, it's 22 degrees in Sheboygan, it's 20 degrees in Racine, and we're sitting at 19 degrees in Milwaukee. I'm Neil Doyle, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:08.
Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue. It's time for Point Taken. Here are your hosts, Steve Scaffidi and Kristin Brey.
Welcome back to the sauna. We're doing great.
The hot house.
We're losing 5 pounds just by sitting here.
I
Steve
can grow
and I.
tomatoes in here. My goodness, tomatoes in December.
All right. Well, I didn't know this kind of falls under the. Should we talk about this? Should we not talk about this? Because it's already happened. It happened on Thanksgiving. And there was a tirade? A rant?
Well, I mean, you're talking about the president.
I'm talking about
going
the
after
president.
Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota.
Yes. And so in a Truth Social bleat last week, he referred to Governor Walz as seriously, totally retarded.
Something. Yeah, it's 4 words.
And
retarded was one of them.
Retarded was one of them, which brings up the question, if you think back, there was a Joe Rogan Experience back in April. He said, the word retarded is back, and it's one of those great culture victories. And then this is also, I think, earlier this year, Elon Musk had called some person retarded as far like the word is back, or not for all of us, but it's back in the mainstream more than it had been during the woke years, if you want to say it like that. And as someone who had, I shouldn't have to preface it, right? But I've talked about it a fair amount. You shouldn't use the word, but I also, as someone I was raised with my uncle who has Down syndrome, my cousin has spina bifida. We've had lots of people in our lives with different abilities. It's just so unnecessary. And it goes back to, what do you expect? This is definitely a president who, this is on the heels of him calling a quiet piggy to a female journalist. And stupid, and you're a terrible person. But I wanted to read this. Are you familiar with John's Crazy Socks?
No.
So this is a company that is a father and son, and the son has Down syndrome. And it's a very popular sock company. And this is from the dad. He posted this on their page, and he said, Mr. President, please stop calling people retarded. We get it. You're blunt. You speak your mind, but words matter. Last night, you referred to a public official as seriously retarded. That word is outdated, it's hurtful, and it wounds millions of people like my son, John, who has Down syndrome, and who also happens to be a successful entrepreneur, keynote speaker, and a global ambassador for inclusion. Let me be clear. This is not about political correctness. It's about human decency. Every time someone in power uses the R word as an insult, it reinforces the false idea that people with intellectual disabilities are less than. It treats them as if they are not fully human. It undermines decades of work by advocates, families, and individuals with differing abilities who are proving every day that their ability matters more than their disability. It goes on, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But I wanted to read it because I feel like that he said it better than I could.
Yeah, that's someone who knows, who's understanding the power of words. One of my frequent criticisms among many of this president is he's unpresidential. The words he uses, the treatment of people that he should have at least pure respect for in some cases. I understand he's the highest office, but other elected officials, including Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, and whether he's in your party or not. So a basic level of respect. And I've talked a lot about sort of the erosion of values and morals in this country on this show and previous iterations. I think they're destructive. And if we're going to go back to start using words that are offensive, are meant to hurt someone versus to build them up or to support them, it's put me in the not a fan of that camp. And I think most reasonable, rational people, and I could care less what Joe Rogan says about anything really. His show, I've watched his show. I just watched the recent edition when it has nothing to do with politics. There's some humor there occasionally, but for him to laugh at the use of the word, the R word, it's disgusting to me. And I don't have any place for that in my life. And I think if we start normalizing this behavior, what's next? Are we going to have a president who, maybe he's already there, does whatever he wants to do? For me, there's a standard that we don't even adhere to anymore. We destroy, we disrupt, we irritate. We don't try to ever find any common ground. And if understanding that a person is whatever way they're challenged, I don't care what it is, wouldn't you want to help that person? Wouldn't you want to build them up?
Well, and the argument is that it's just a word.
It's not just a word.
Right? And it's a word that he wasn't using against someone. But the thing is, Tim Walz does have a son who has,
yes,
I think, is on the autism scale.
I think the president knew that.
And so where is it just a word? And where is it a bridge too far?
When it's a word that 90% of us, or whatever number you want to pick, agree that should not be said out loud or should not be written about, I think that's a bridge too far. And it's conduct unbecoming the office, if you're talking about the president. It's conduct unbecoming a podcaster. And Joe Rogan should frankly know better. He tries to pass himself off as a really smart guy. He's not smart. He's a guy who believes the moon landing is fake, that the President Obama's wife was a man. This is what he says out loud. People realize this stuff. And you may ask, why are we talking about this? Doesn't it give it more attention to it? Because it's behavior that we don't like and that you shouldn't like.
Well, and I think it's also as a reminder of your own personal responsibility of if you, instead of seeing this as a, if he can do it, I can do it, holding yourself to a different standard and not reintroducing that word into your vocabulary.
Yeah. Presidents should be the highest level of decorum, personal conduct, public conduct. They should be respected. They should respect the people. Because I always remind elected officials, you don't just represent the people that voted for you, you represent everybody. And right now, the president, whatever number you want to pick, is speaking to the, 40-some% of the people that like him, but he's ignoring the 58% or whatever it is that can't stand him. But you still represent them. You're the highest office in the land. Somebody makes the distinction about, podcasters can say what they want. Yeah, but I can also comment about what podcasters say, because if it's stupid, I'm going to call it out. And this is stupid. This is not good. Some people challenge me because I use the term idiot a lot. Is that the same thing? I don't think so. Is that destructive? Maybe. I guess maybe I'll have to think about that.
Well, it was interesting because at one point that was the legal definition. It was mental retardation. Right. And it was during Obama, I think it's 2010, and it was Rose's Law. I was reading about this morning, that changed it to any kind of federal documentation of, it was now referred to as intellectual disability. And that's what I'm saying as far as words mattering and words change over time and evolving with that is important. And I think the fact that like it went so far that like we changed the law, like we wrote this into law that like we're not saying this word anymore, and respecting that. And I don't know. Is it because it's like a fun word to say? Like, what are people's attachment to this word?
I don't have any interest in saying the word, so I don't get the fun.
I think
part.
It's like most slurs. Like, is it like what is it a power structure
well,
of like using the F word for gay people, using an R word, using the N word, like any of these things, like it like makes you like feel something that I don't know. Someone who actually uses these words, tell me what the payoff is in actually using them.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of texts on this, so keep those coming. 855-616-1620. We'll continue to talk about it. Peter says this, and I'm in the Peter camp on this. My wise old grandma, gone from Earth for 55 years now, would tell President Trump to wash his mouth out with soap. I'm someone who had his mouth washed out with soap when
Ralphie.
When I was a kid, who I apparently look like. Did you hear that last week?
Someone said you look like Ralphie?
Yeah. Like
from a Christmas Story?
Like an old version of Ralphie.
Will you bring in a childhood picture and we can do a cross? Yeah,
I probably have one on my phone. I'll show you me with Santa when I was
show me a picture of you as a kid. I've never seen that.
All right. Would you like to see it?
Yeah. I want to see if you look like Ralphie.
And we're already late for break. Point taken.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi for Annex Wealth Management. As the holiday season brings reflection on the past year and planning for the next, it can be a good time to review your financial situation, market shift, cost change, and your own priorities may evolve and the rules may change as well. This is where Annex Wealth Management comes in. They take time to understand you and your full financial picture. With this holistic approach, you can take advantage of a plan that can help you reach your goals for retirement, discover new investment strategies, have better tax awareness, that's a big one, and create very important estate plans as you look ahead. You might be building wealth early in your career, balancing family and financial commitments, or preparing for life in retirement. Good for you. No matter the stage, Annex provides knowledge to help you evaluate your choices and move into the new year with clarity. As a fee-only fiduciary, that matters. Annex is required to act in the best interest of its clients. They inform without selling or taking commissions, so you can review the information and decide what best fits your situation. Start the new year with a fresh financial plan. That's good advice. Visit the now famous AnnexWealth.com and the even more famous Get Started button. Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You ever wonder how your house would look if it were a different color, or had a new roof, or maybe a splashy front door? Well, you can see for yourself just by going to TriCountyContractingWI.com. Add a photo of your house and design a new look. Then call them when you're ready. TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
It's beginning to look a lot like
All right, perfect music for the season of giving. And that is true. Join me, Steve Scaffidi, and Kristin, and our street team, Kristin Brey, I know your last name, and our WTMJ street team, they're awesome. They do a lot of the heavy lifting. Tomorrow, December 3rd, 10 a.m. to noon, Century Foods in Delafield. It's a great store. You'll love it. Trust me on it. It's my favorite grocery store. Participating, of course, in the Cap Goes Kids to Kids toy drive. Bring a new unwrapped toy. Maybe you got one laying around. Maybe you had someone in mind for that toy, but you don't need it this year. Bring it to one of our events. Easy. Or monetary donations. We're all walking around money, right? How much you got in your wallet right now?
I have zero cash.
Come on.
I never carry cash.
Step up. Also, they accept cash. So stop by, say hello, if nothing else. We always have great conversations when we're doing our remotes. And you'll see the WTMJ street team who are always dressed for the occasion. We'll be branded, of course, with our great logo. And 620 WTMJ at the Century Foods in Delafield. Tomorrow, I'll be there about 9-ish, maybe a little earlier. Stop by, say hi, give me your feedback, your commentary, what you think about our conversations today. Mm-hmm. Or maybe the ones we talk about tomorrow, because we'll be talking about that race in Tennessee. So join us. It's a fun and great event that we do every year. So we'll have fun tomorrow.
We will have fun.
Yeah. It'll be hopefully cooler than this studio, I'm guessing.
Starting to cool down.
Is it?
I think I can feel that there's some airflow again.
I'm active sweating right now, which is a very unusual thing for me, unless I'm exerting myself, which I'm not really, other than blabbering. All right, so got a lot of text on this.
It seems like everyone's kind of on the same page. We're not getting a lot of pushback as far as defending
should there be
using
really?
that word. There's always a different side, right? But I think what I don't want to have happen, because I do think we've turned a corner, and I don't know how you measure this, but I think there is a more, and I don't know if this is those woke children's books of having more pictures of inclusion and people in wheelchairs and just having a wider range of representation so people see people who have different abilities more often. And so as a kid, the first time you see someone who has Down syndrome, or the first time you see someone in a wheelchair, first time you see someone who has autism, that you're not scared of it because it was introduced in a book or a movie or something like that.
Understand it.
And having generations who are more accepting, more inclusive, because that's the slippery slope of, if we introduce this word, do we take back steps in how we treat people who have different development disabilities? Because I saw a video that actually made my heart feel very good as someone who has different, I don't even know, what is it, development disabilities?
Yeah, double D, yeah.
Double D, okay. And so it was at the Packers game this last weekend, and it was two young guys, two like attractive young guys in their 20s. One was a Packers fan, one was a Vikings fan, wearing their stuff. And they're like, oh man, look at that Bears fan. And like the intention, I don't know if this was staged or not, but the intention was they were going to go bully this Bears fan. And the guy turns around and it's just this happy Down syndrome guy wearing a Bears starter jacket. And he's so excited to talk to them. And he's so excited they wanted to talk to him. And you just see them immediately go, yeah, we're going to leave this one alone. And you're just like dapping him up and stuff like that. It was like,
they had some awareness.
They had some awareness, right? As these young guys, instead of using it as an opportunity to bully him even more. Because I think a couple generations ago, there was more bullying.
Oh, yeah. Interesting point that I'm sort of getting from some of the texts. At what point does it become not just the words, but then the actions of our government where they say, we're not going to assist people that need our help? It's not that far of a leap if you don't respect them already, or you want to call them whatever. How much of a leap is it that we're gonna bring those funds back? We're not going to spend them on organizations or groups that maybe need our help, need a little help.
Well, I mean, if we really want to talk about this, that's where we used to be, right? We used to institutionalize people. We used to sterilize people. I mean, this is not, I think this is common knowledge, and I would imagine that a lot of people who had a child with any kind of Down syndrome or something like that when they were born, they didn't test for it in the 70s. But my grandmother, unexpected pregnancy, so unexpected that once she went to the hospital, didn't know that she was having twins, let alone didn't know she was having twins where one of them was going to have Down syndrome.
Wow.
And the doctors tried to convince her to give up my Uncle Doug. Like, that's where we were as a culture back then, as far as like, this is going to be too much to handle. You should send him to a home. And my grandma said, absolutely not. But I don't think her experience was uncommon as far as what the pressure was from the medical community when children like that, quote unquote, were born, and giving parents the opportunity to literally get rid of them. And so as a culture, we have evolved from how we have treated people with different abilities in the past, and we're becoming more inclusive, and we've passed the ADA where we actually have to make the world a little bit more accessible for people who are in wheelchairs or on crutches or can't do stairs. And so like we're moving in the right direction, but it's not because we didn't come from a great place.
The real rest of the story on people with developmental disabilities is they enrich your lives. They show you things and experiences that you never would. I'm not directly impacted because no one in my immediate family, but I have friends who have children that are impacted in different ways, all different levels. And it, to a person and to a family, there's no downside here. This is an amazing.
There's different challenges.
Of course there are, but we all have challenges.
Yeah.
So to assume that we should just like get rid of these people, and that's what I'm saying really, because if you start labeling them, easy to sort of make them an other and just move them aside. Oh,
get them out of view.
The normal people will take care of business. So if you're one of the people that like cheered Joe Rogan or cheered the president when he used the R word, shame on you. You are an idiot. I will use that term. And to the texter who's, I got to find that quick text. I probably lost it already because there's so many texts were coming in. It's sort of how, here it is from Peter. My wise old grandma, gone from earth, I read it before, would tell Trump to wash his mouth out. Here's the one. Where's the one I want? No, I can't find it.
Oh, the moron wrapped in an idiot wrapped in a moron?
Yeah, that's what it means, right? You're an idiot wrapped in the moron. I think that's...
Really, we just got to get more creative insults. I think there's probably a Reddit thread on that, like really fun.
Yeah.
I can't think of any at the top of my head.
Now, there is one, I will push back. I'll take a break. We'll do it after.
Okay.
We're giving Fleet Rewards members an extra 10% off all qualifying purchases, now through Wednesday. No rebates, no waiting. Fleet Rewards members will save an extra 10% on any qualifying purchase, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up now. Membership's free. Just have your member coupon ready Sunday, November 30th through Wednesday, December 3rd to save an additional 10% at Fleet Farm. It's our way of saying thank you for being a loyal customer. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Hey, this is WTMJ, Steve Scaffidi for Advent. I love talking about Advent because they changed my life at night and during the day. At night, I don't snore anymore. I don't keep my wife Kathy up at night. And in the day, I'm more rested and refreshed. Last night, 7.5 hours, uninterrupted sleep, woke up, ready to go for the day. That could be you. 30-minute visit at Advent. That's how it all started for me 5.5 years ago. Put me at ease, answer my questions, added in a really simple sleep study at home in my own bed. Figured it out for me. Sinuses, nasal passages, breathing triangle, very common problem. After a short procedure done in one of their offices, breathing better than ever, sleeping through the whole night. And that's not just for me. It's for my bed partner, Kathy, my lovely wife, who doesn't have to listen to me snore all nights, which makes her nights easier to deal with. So if you want to find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your nights better, go to adventknows.com, schedule an appointment, go talk to them. Because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Are you hosting this holiday season or family staying at the house? Let's get things tightened up or even improved with a timely project from my team at Horner Plumbing. Vince Vitrano here. These are the folks in my contacts list under plumber. Let's get Horner out to the house. Get you a free quote on that project that you've been thinking about, talking about, pushing off, upfront pricing, and an honest assessment from Horner. So you know the project will fit your budget and your timeline. Just heard from Erin over there at Horner, and she tells me they do have room on the schedule for most projects in time for your holiday guests. So whether that's getting a leaky shower or sink fixed for folks who are going to be staying at the home, or a major project so you can accommodate them, my team at Horner is ready to go. With the holidays fast approaching, now's the perfect time to schedule your free quote. Let Horner Plumbing help you get those home projects wrapped up before the season begins. $50 off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. Horner Plumbing. Find them online at hornerplumbing.com.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
This is a little old schooler, right?
This is old school.
Yeah, who is this, Nate?
Darlene Love.
That's right, yeah. Was she part of the Ronettes at some point? Google that for me, would you? ChatGPT that sucker for me. I was going to make a quick point. It's not the same thing because we're talking about belittling people and mocking them, but there are examples where words go too far, like changing hungry to like food insecurity. That's just dumb.
Well, and that's what I was saying as far as words change over time, what do we consider a slur that we're not bringing back versus like we can call people like if we treat fat as an objective word because it's a descriptor, is that the same as a slur?
Yeah. But idiot's fair game, right? Oh, so you're agreeing with my wife on this one?
I mean, you could be more creative. Let's find some creative insults.
All right. Latest from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Russia, the meeting over the revised peace plan between Russia and Ukraine is underway, with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner presenting the revised proposal to Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Before the meeting, Putin accused European leaders of sabotaging the plan with, quote, unacceptable changes. At the White House this hour, President Trump holding his 9th cabinet meeting since taking office. He addressed reporter questions about his recent physical.
You people are crazy. I'll let you know when there's something wrong. There will be someday.
That's going to happen to all of us. But right now, I think I'm sharper than I was 25 years ago. But who the hell knows? By the way, I took my physical. I got all A's, everything.
Tennessee voters heading to the polls today in a special House election to fill the seat of outgoing GOP Representative Mark Green. That race tightening with Democrat Afton Benn, closing the gap on Republican Matt Van Epps. And on Wall Street, stocks are mixed this hour in trading. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:31. I'm Neil Doyle. The Milwaukee teen who plotted a robbery turned kidnapping will be tried as an adult. 14-year-old Barry Coleman faces 3 felonies in the abduction of 7-year-old Jamal White back in July. Coleman had planned to rob White's grandmother, who was a known drug dealer. He then convinced 2 men to drive him to the grandmother's house and then kidnap White at gunpoint as the child played outside. They held White for ransom in exchange for cash and jewelry until police rescued the child. Bond is set at $100,000. Coleman is due back in court next week. One person in critical condition after a hit-and-run crash in downtown Milwaukee. It happened Monday night near North Van Buren and Juneau. Police say a silver SUV hit a person who was getting out of their vehicle. That silver SUV then fled the scene. The 26-year-old victim was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. You can see a photo of the SUV that police are still looking for up on our website, WTMJ.com. In Decision, Wisconsin, this morning, a well-known Democrat announcing his run for governor. Former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes making that announcement 3 years after he ran for the U.S. Senate. Barnes now joining a very crowded Democratic field that includes over a half dozen candidates. That is including current Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. Over on the Republican side, still just 2 candidates in the race, Congressman Tom Tiffany and Washington County Executive Josh Schoeman. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Green across the board. The Dow is up 266 points at 47,556. The NASDAQ is up almost 1% at 23,457. And the S&P 500 up about 28 points at 6,840. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Let's take a look at the roads. Your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Really just still a couple of our slowdowns there on 94, both east and westbound through our construction zone right there at the Stadium Interchange. Some of those backups eastbound starting at 76th Street, and then westbound, those will start at Layton Avenue as you go through the Stadium Interchange. Otherwise, the rest of the system is looking good. And your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunshine today, not a whole lot warmer, only a high around 25 degrees. Tonight, we'll see a chance for a couple of flurries, a low down to 18. Heading into Wednesday, we'll see chances for some snow showers, highs in the low 30s. And then it's going to get cold. Heading into Thursday, sunny, but highs only in the low teens, around 14 degrees on Thursday. Friday, partly sunny. Could see some late afternoon, evening flurries, a high of 24. And then still a chance for maybe some more snow on Saturday with a high around 27. Right now, it's 21 degrees in Madison. We're sitting at 22 in Kenosha, and it is 22 degrees here in Milwaukee. I'm Neil Doyle, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:34.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
You work hard, you probably play hard, and you deserve to feel like your best you. That's where Mend Massage comes in. I'm a customer of Mend Massage, and they just absolutely get it. You can find them at mendstudio.com. Multiple locations, 11 types of massage therapy. They go above and beyond, taking care of employees. They customize everything. It's Mend Massage. When I'm there, I'm comfortable, and I know it's long-term wellness. That's their goal. Each session is 60 minutes. They book you for 60, you get 60. I trust them. mendstudio.com.
4 years ago, I opened a doggy dream space unlike anything in Wisconsin. A place that offers it all: daycare, boarding, grooming, and a one-of-a-kind indoor-outdoor dog park and tavern. A hangout as fun for humans as it is for hounds. I'm Leah, proud owner of the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. Our love, passion, and commitment to dogs and the community are at the core of everything we do. From our incredible staff to top-tier services, we've built something truly special at the Hounds and Tap. Come see for yourself. Visit the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls today.
Welcome back to Point Taken. I am Kristin. He is Steve. Moving on to... All right, so we had Black Friday. We had Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And now today is Giving Tuesday. Have you given anything today?
No, but I
on
have
this
two that I'm
Tuesday?
going to give to.
Do you have distinct causes that are like your thing?
Best buddies?
Okay. Speaking of our previous conversation.
Yeah, I was. Every year they pick like ambassadors. I was an ambassador for a couple of years for WTMJ and raised a lot of money. Thanks to all you great folks out there that helped me do that. I love the organization, so I'll be donating to them. Big fan of Mount Vernon Ladies Association, who runs Mount Vernon, and we're going to be hopefully broadcasting live from there next year. So that'll be one that I always do because I celebrate our history, our nation's history. And something I set up many years ago. We had, when we had the shooting in Oak Creek. We had people sending us money, and we didn't know what to do with it, so we created, along with the Greater Milwaukee Foundation, a fund called Oak Creek Cares. That's right now just accumulating money. I think we're in the 30 to 40,000 range. You get to a certain point, it'll be used to promote programs in communities. At least this is our charter, to reduce gun violence.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so I've donated to that every year, and all my speaking fees and book royalties from 6 Minutes in August went into that fund as well. So, and thanks to all the people who donated to that. So those are mine. What are you going to be?
Well, I obviously do the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
Awesome.
Big give back every year. Sojourner Family Peace Center is a big one that's very close to my heart. Carmen Petrie, who's the CEO and president over there, is a walking saint. But I think it's Mike and I talk about this a lot, of trying to have the causes or the distinct organizations that we want to support, because otherwise everything's a worthy cause to a certain extent, right? It's like the whether it's leukemia or heart disease or a different sickness or Best Buddies and Special Olympics. Like there's so many different things to get involved in and give your money to or volunteer for. And so trying to pick the things that mean the most to your family. And so it becomes easier to say no to the other things, even though it's never easy to say no. But because you can't keep going back. If you're trying to raise money for people, keep going back to the same well and understanding what their priorities are as far as where their money goes to try to donate and help that cause.
Yeah, so I don't wait to the end of the year. Those are just the ones I'm going to do right now. But throughout the year, we try to donate whenever we can, including food banks, which you and I talked about, as the sort of the shutdown was affecting people's ability to feed their kids or feed their families. That's always a good one. And there's not a shelter that I know or those kind of programs that don't need help every month of the year. And it can be simple things. We're gonna do a segment in a bit about paying it forward. A simple grocery bag or a little plastic bag filled with like 6 cans of canned vegetables or boxes of mac and cheese or a couple loaves of bread. Those are all look, everyone's got tight budgets, but everyone has a little extra usually during this time of year because that's just generally the nature of the holiday season. And if you can donate. And little things make a difference. It could be a $5 donation to whatever charity you want to endorse or support. If everyone does $5, it's an amazing fundraising effort. So don't look at it. It doesn't have to be $100 or $1,000. $5, $10, $20. They will never say no to that. And as we'll talk about in Pay It Forward, it puts a smile on somebody's face that you don't even know, but it also should put a smile on your face because you help somebody out that you don't know. So how much better can it be than that? We're just talking about insults. This is the opposite of that.
It's the antidote.
Yeah.
And antidote to insults.
Yeah. And often, again, you don't know the person that you're helping. So pretty cool during the holidays.
Won't the antidote to an insult be a compliment?
Well, compliment them with kindness, I guess is the way I would look at it.
Compliment them with money.
Yes.
Give them money.
Yes.
So this was in 2024, Americans donated $592 billion to charities, 66% of which were individual donations. This is according to Wallet Hub. Where do you think Wisconsin ranked among the states as most charitable?
I saw it, but yeah.
Oh, you cheated?
Yeah, but it
kind of surprised me. I thought we would have been higher.
Yeah, we're 29th.
29th last year. But I feel like we're a generous state.
We are a generous state. I've seen that over and over again.
And so I thought
years.
we would be higher.
Yeah. Well, we can.
In the first half.
Let's try harder to be more generous.
All right. Let us know if you are giving anything today. What are your causes?
Yeah.
What are your organizations, whether local or national, that really mean a lot to you? 855-616-1620. We'll be back with more after this.
All different types of injury lawyers advertise. Cartoon lawyers, bobblehead lawyers, and folks chasing ambulances with text messages. Our clients don't want or need such lawyers. Our clients know, like, and trust that Pasternak and Zergabel will help in their time of need. I'm Jeff Zergabel of Pasternak and Zergabel. Frank Pasternak and I are excellent personal injury lawyers in our community. If you need help after an injury, go to Pasternak and Zergabel at injurywisconsin.com. That's injurywisconsin.com.
Save big on automotive supplies at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life, and Menards carries automotive products that will help keep your vehicle on the road. Prevent diesel fuel from gelling in colder climates with Howe's Diesel Treat. It cleans and lubricates fuel injectors and is effective to negative 20 degrees. Get a 64-ounce bottle of Howe's Diesel Treat on sale for $11.99 now through December 7th. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
The holiday season is a magical time of year to visit Lake Geneva. Embark on an enchanting Santa cruise on the lake. Take in a parade of trees and marvel at the world's tallest glass tree, built before your very eyes. Enjoy holiday shopping in a historic downtown. Chill out with festive food and libations in an igloo under the stars. Or find adventure on a zipline, ski hill, or snow-covered nature trail. Make Lake Geneva your place for holiday fun this year. Check out visitlakegeneva.com today for all the festive details.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Forward Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Gift cards from the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant make perfect holiday gifts because everybody loves a great dinner. Buy a $100 gift card to get a $20 gift card free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Great stocking stuffers. Happy holidays from the famous Fox & Hounds.
All right, all through the Thanksgiving break and now through the end of the year, we're doing our Pay It Forward segment, and it's just different ways you can, that I've sort of come up with and researched, and some I've done, some I haven't done, some I'm going to do, to sort of pay whatever good luck and good fortune you've had as we sort of help people out, and that's sort of the message that we want to pass on. And I put a list together, and we were kind of sharing stuff back and forth. And this is one that's really easy. As you go downstairs, I realized this yesterday, and unpack your Christmas decorations from the boxes in your basement or your storage area, there's almost always something adjacent that you don't use, that you're never going to use, that's in good condition. Donate that to Goodwill or one of the other charitable organizations. They'll sell that. That's money for them that will help other people.
Goodwill is not a charity.
Well, they do a lot of good things.
I'm just saying, if you're going to, it's run like a business. And so there's other places to donate that are better.
That's why I said other places.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of Goodwill.
It's a misnomer because when you hear the word Goodwill, you think that it's a charity.
Well,
it's not.
I'm a big fan of Goodwill because they do a lot of great work. But whatever one you want to donate to, I think you can certainly find something in your house you're not using. We found a whole box of stuff we weren't using. We donated them. And it's just an easy way to pay it forward. And it costs you nothing other than the drive to wherever you're taking it to. That's an easy one. If you want to spend a little cash, teachers always need your help. Mm-hmm. They always have lists. I think some schools even put them on their websites. These are things you could donate. Boxes of Kleenex. I used to deliver boxes of Kleenex to schools back when I was really involved with the Oak Creek School District and a little bit with the South Milwaukee School District. And they love that because it's stuff they don't have to pay for. Mm-hmm. And we all know, being married to a teacher, they always spend their own money, which is crazy.
I think almost the entire decorating budget, because they get their classroom, especially you go into an elementary school teacher's room, and when they first get that room, I'm pretty sure it's empty, right? And it's up to them to put the different decorations and the different themes and the different lesson plans and everything. And I think most of that comes out of their own pocket, that they don't get like a decorating budget for their room.
Yeah, this one, I don't know if I mentioned this while you were gone last week, but if you're a librarian or work at a library, let me know if this is cool, but take a $5 coffee card and stick it in a book before you return it. It might just go to the librarians, but it might end up on the shelves. Although, is there an expiration date on those? Because that book doesn't get checked out for a while. That's going to...
No, gift cards can't have an expiration date.
Okay, cool. So, that'd be
coupons have an expiration date, and I think in-kind giving for silent auctions, those can have an expiration date. Mm. But if someone pays money for a gift card, cannot have an expiration date.
I'm a big fan of gift cards, too.
Do you spend your gift cards? This is the biggest joke about gift cards, is because how much money is spent on them and that goes unused because you're like, where did that... I probably have $150 of Starbucks gift cards somewhere scattered around my house.
Yeah, well, mine are all together, and I write the balances on the back.
Of course you do.
That's what you should do, so you don't have that unspent money. Because, how many times... Like, I go to, all the big lawn and garden stores a lot. I'll have the, little pile of cards. I'll look through. Oh, Menards. Oh, Home Depot. Boom.
Who's giving you all these gift cards?
My kids, friends. Sometimes people that I speak at, they give me a gift card in lieu of a payment. So, yeah. Oh. It's very lucrative.
Apparently.
Yeah. What's your pay it forward? What do you got on your table?
I don't know.
Come on.
I didn't know I was supposed to come up with. I had a great one yesterday. I'll create a list. Yes. Tomorrow I'll have one.
Make a list. Check it twice.
But are they all just...
Because I know you would be on the naughty list if I just knowing you.
No, I wouldn't. Okay, you sent me your list of ones you've already said, so I'll come up with some new ones. All right.
And free versus cost. You have to, because some people, they don't have a lot of means.
Here's a free one. Compliment a stranger today.
That's on my list.
Did you already do that one?
I did it last week, but you can bring it back.
But I would say if you compliment a stranger on their bag, on their hair, just tell them that the world's better with them in it.
Another free one: open a door for someone and just say, "Have a nice day."
I mean, that's just standard.
You would think.
Don't you open the door for people?
I try to. Yeah, whenever I can. I actually run to open the door for people.
Do you run when the door's been open for you? Like, do you speed up your walk if someone's opened the door for you? Oh, you make them wait?
See, this is how I am. If someone opens the door for me, we're probably going to have a conversation because I want to engage with that person. I don't just walk.
Do you talk to people in elevators?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always. Why would you sit there in silence? It's the creepiest time if you just don't talk to each other. I'm big. Here's what I must have watched a video on one of the, the Reels thing, phenomena that's consumed everyone's lives now about elevator conversations. So now I'm bombarded with these weird things people do in elevators, like dance routines and stuff. Does that happen a lot, you think? People doing dance routines in elevators?
If they're filming it, probably.
Yeah. Or scaring people.
How do you scare someone in an elevator?
Or actually, it's when the door opens, you like jump at them. Now, that would scare me. Probably terrifying. What if they...
Do you think your reaction would just be like punch them in the nose?
I would probably. Yeah, it wouldn't be a positive reaction. So don't do that, especially during the holidays. You want it to be a nice interaction.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah. And this is not during the holidays, but if you're a gardener and you grow flowers in the summer, give your neighbor a bouquet of flowers that you grew. Costs you nothing other than the labor.
And they're going to die anyways.
The people?
The flowers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they will die eventually. Yes, they do. Unless they're planted in a pot. Then you give them a live flour that they can then do what they want with.
Are you been poinsettia person? Are you going to have a lot of poinsettias around the house for the holidays?
We've had years where we've had a ton, and then we sort of understand. I think this year's understated because my wife, Kathy, has literally glammed up the house for Christmas in a past what she's ever done before.
What's the occasion?
I don't know. She's feeling Christmas.
All right.
It's the first Christmas without her mom, so she's certainly sentimental, and it already looks. She's not even done yet. She was still doing it yesterday.
You guys got to get it all done before you leave for vacation.
We do. That's the weird thing. We're gone. Like it's all done, and then we're gone. Yeah.
You leave Friday?
I think Friday or Saturday. Yeah. Right. To ask that to my travel coordinator that question. I just go. All right. She's Kristin. I'm Steve. We'll wrap it up after this.
Do you know what time it is?
To be honest, it's 1:30.
Why did you say, to be honest?
To be honest, the cherry wood of the colonial bedroom at Penny Mustard reminds me of George Washington,
who famously said, "I cannot tell a lie."
To be honest, that's correct.
That's appropriate, since the colonial bedroom is fit for a president.
The solid wood design has an authentic old-timey feel.
To be honest, it also features forever tight bed brackets and drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
So you can't tell a lie?
To be honest, I cannot.
Okay, in that case, did you eat my turkey sub out of the fridge in the break room?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
It wasn't turkey. It was ham.
The majestic colonial bedroom featuring a king panel bed with drawers, 8-drawer dresser, panel mirror, and 3-drawer nightstand, starting at $13,445 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hi, this is Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management. As we head towards the new year, I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our listeners and to our clients. Thank you for your trust, your partnership, and the conversations we get to have every day. From all of us at Annex, we wish you and your family a safe, joyful, and meaningful holiday season.
Investment and retirement planning, along with tax and estate strategies. Get financially organized for the new year. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Are the changing seasons making you crave a getaway? Let Fox World Travel help you plan the perfect all-inclusive resort or cruise vacation to escape the cold. We've got special deals with Apple Vacations, Delta Vacations, Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, and more. Whether you book online or with a travel advisor, Fox World Travel has your back. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO today.
Planning for 2026 starts now. A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277C.
Here it is.
I think that was on my no list.
See, it's hard not to tap along with.
I don't hate her.
Are you going to wear your Christmas jacket on air one day?
Yeah, probably, yeah. When it gets closer to the holiday, yeah. When I'm tan from my Mexico trip. All right, the season of giving, we're just talking about that. Join me, Kristin, and me, and our WTMJ Street team. I read that wrong. Tomorrow, December 3rd, in case the date matters, 10 a.m. to noon, Century Foods in Delafield, a great store. You'll be amazed at how Christmassy it is. They always do a great job out there. We're of course, helping the Capco's Kids and Kids Toy Drive. You could bring a new unwrapped toy to donate. Cash is accepted. They have a cool big cash box that'll be right adjacent to where we're broadcasting from. Stop by, say hello, feedback, comments, and whatever. Just bring it.
Come, hang.
Say hi. And the street team is always fun to meet. They're some of our newer teammates generally, and they're always excited to meet everybody. And it's sort of, sometimes it's our first remote. Very exciting.
When people meet you in person and they haven't seen you on the live stream, what do they typically say?
They used to say, because I'm a little more well-known now, but when I started, it's like, you're a lot older than I thought you were. Because apparently I have a younger-sounding voice, and they go, wow, you're old. That was their opening statement. Like, really? That's what you're coming up here with? Generally, people are very nice, though. I never have friction at these things. Many, many years ago, this dude showed up and wanted to get into it, and it actually put an end to the event.
Oh, really?
It wasn't a live event, but yeah.
He ruined it for everyone?
Because he was like in people's face. It was nasty. But that's the only time it's ever happened, and that's been like 9 years ago. So people are generally very nice. And you've done these.
That seems like that was a mayor thing, not a radio thing.
That could have been, yeah, because I was fresh off that exciting tenure as the... do you know I was mayor of Oak Creek?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Exciting tenure out there. Did a lot of stuff. Hello, IKEA. Hello, Drexel Town Square. Yeah, accomplished a lot. All right, any messages as we go? So we have the remote tomorrow.
The remote tomorrow.
What else? Obviously, Ask Us Anything is always featured on Wednesday.
Yeah, so if you want to send us some questions, if you have not subscribed to the newsletter yet, please do that. Just text extra to 855-616-1620. If you haven't gotten the newsletter and you think you're subscribed, please let us know so we can fix that. But we took a little bit of a break last week for the holiday, but we'll be back with a full rundown of everything we did this week, our
latest
recommendations.
from Tennessee, yeah.
We'll collect all of the pay it forwards ideas that you can share.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. We'll
and
be
you
back
know what
tomorrow.
else tomorrow?
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Have fun. See you tomorrow.
Streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. It's fairly obvious they were inspired by Hasseless mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, plus unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic, plus free next-day delivery, plus 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
Milwaukee Weight Loss is having a huge Black Friday sale.